All right, friends, this is a tutorial on how to make my famous salsa. So we'll go over ingredients first, and then we'll get into how to cook everything in a second. Here are all the ingredients. We got cilantro here, 4 Roma tomatoes. I'm doing about 4 cloves of garlic, 2 jalapenos, 1 lime. This is about 1/5 of an onion. A 1/4 or 1/5 is good. This is 1 Peter pepper, and these are 2 Anaheim peppers. Any dried peppers you can get your hands on will go well. These are 2 bags that we got at the farmer's market. You can also get these at Walmart. These are New Mex chili pods, and then there's also guajillo chili pods as well. These make for great salsa as well. So first things first, cut up all of your veggies just like this. As you can see in the jalapenos, I cut half of the seeds and everything out of. Just loosely dice up just chop up the onion. You don't want to go too thin on this. And then go into thirds on each of those tomatoes. You don't have to smash these garlic out or anything. Next step though, we're going to oil all of the veggies. And you're gonna eventually get in here with your hands. All right, got those veggies all mixed up in the oil and everything. Mostly you're just looking for the garlic to get super coated, but everything should have a good coating in oil here. Next up, we're gonna put this in the oven with a broiler on high. I already got that set up there. Broilers come from the top, it's like a fire. Just make sure you're setting that really close to the top there. You're trying to char the vegetables. We're gonna put that in there for the next about 10 minutes or so until those veggies start to get charred. All right, well, we got our veggies in the oven. What we're gonna do is we're gonna deal with our dry peppers now. So I've got 3 peppers here. Peter pepper is the hottest one. Be careful when you're handling this. Otherwise you'll get juices on your hands and you don't want to touch other stuff with it. So just make sure you wash your hands after this. But I'm gonna take off the stem, and inside you can see all these really hot peppers. So I'm gonna try to get all of those out of here. And looks like I did a pretty good job. Throw all these away. In this Pyrex, I've put a bunch of hot water, and I'm actually just gonna soak the pepper right in there, along with any other flesh came from the pepper as well. I'm gonna repeat that with these 2 other larger peppers as well. And now here's the after. Got a whole bunch of peppers, just marinating here in some really hot water. Make sure you try to get them all underneath there. If you want, you can take a damp paper towel and put it over top, so that way that the peppers are fully submerged in the water. These are gonna soak until our vegetables are done in the oven. All right, we can start adding stuff to the blender. So I got, I don't know, like a handful of cilantro. This part's more up to your own taste on how much you actually want to add yourself. We're gonna add 1 lime into here as well. So I'm just gonna juice this. While we're waiting, we can also add some spices here. So I got a tablespoon of salt, as well as a teaspoon of pepper and a teaspoon of paprika. Future Jacob here. We just got done making the salsa. I put way too much salt in. Don't do that. Maybe try a half of a tablespoon. Don't do the full tablespoon. Now we wait. I'm gonna wait for the vegetables to get a pretty good char on them. Once they do, we're gonna flip them all over. While that's happening, this is still going to be rehydrating the peppers. And we're just waiting for the vegetables to get done at this point. So I'm gonna start cleaning up. All right, this is how you can tell they're done on the first side. Your garlic is starting to look a little charred. So mine's got a good char on it. Into the blender we go with all of the garlic. If any of your onions are looking really wilted too right now, you can add those in, but those are really supposed to get pretty dang charred. So like this one right here, yeah, that boy needs to go in. But other than that, we're gonna rotate all of these 180. So we're gonna flip all of these over. All right, that looks good. We're gonna put these in the oven again for probably another 5 or so minutes. Really get some really good color on here. Remember, color equals flavor, so that's what we're going for. I can hear them and they're having a good time. Let's take it out and see what it looks like. That's about perfect. So remember, color equals flavor. So stuff like that is exactly what you want. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna put all of these straight into the blender. We're getting close to being done here. All right, got all those in here in the blender. What's missing now is just our last little peppers. So we'll go over here to the peppers. As you can see, I did put the washcloth or the little rag on there. So now, each of these should be all the way soaked. You can tell that they are rehydrated. This is the Peter pepper. This is where all our spice is coming from. Just one little pepper. And then these Anaheim ones are much more just about like that smoky, good flavor that you get from salsa. This is what the pepper flavor is coming from, is from the Anaheim peppers. So we'll put all of these in here as well. Make sure we don't forget anything. Then what we're actually gonna do, we're gonna take a little bit of this liquid that the peppers have been soaking in, and we're gonna add a little bit of that in there. I'm gonna leave a little bit aside just in case. There actually is a little bit more in there. I'm gonna make sure to grab. Last and not least, do not forget to drain your pan here. All this good flavor needs to end up in your salsa as well. So I'm gonna bang that off camera here and get all that in. All right, friends, here we go. Time to blend. To break it up, I'm just gonna start on a pulse just to kind of get things going. Speed that up to something on high though. Well, that was fun. I hope you enjoyed your salsa. This batch came out pretty good. It's a little spicy, way too much salt. Don't do that. This one has a little bit more peppery flavor than usual, but I love it. One last note, it's not gonna taste as good being hot as it will cold, so make sure you throw that in the fridge before you make your final assessments of your salsa. Give it a little bit to cool down and it'll taste much better, I promise. All right, see you guys.